Hello and welcome to the August edition of Bridge to India's policy and regulatory update on India's renewable power sector. We will first look at the orders issued by central government. Finally, we'll look at the orders issued by various state governments. CERC approved the launch of renewable power trading at power exchanges. CERC finally gave a go-ahead for separate renewable power trading instruments. Depending on delivery timelines, 4 different instruments, each across solar and non-solar renewable power, will be available to participants. These are intraday, day-ahead, daily and weekly contracts. No revisions will be allowed for intraday and day-ahead contracts, but revision will be allowed for daily and weekly contracts on a 2-day advance notice. Deviation and its commercial settlement will be done as per CERC or SCRC DSM regulations, depending on generator being interstate or intrastate entity. CERC clarified that commercial settlement for interstate entities will be done at national APPC rate. Buy and sell contracts will be matched individually, which will allow buyers to fulfill their RPOs. As mentioned, generators will not be allowed frequent revisions. They are thus expected to prefer intraday and day-ahead instruments only. From the buyer's perspective, however, longer-term instruments would be preferable. We expect day-ahead instruments to be the sweet spot and the most liquid instrument. However, generators will like to sell during winter months, when weather is much more predictable. Overall, the volume is expected to remain low for several months, as very few renewable power projects have untied capacity to sell at the exchange. Demand in the market will also depend on prices in REC market. Ministry of Power allowed ISTS charges and losses waiver for open access consumers. In a major incentive for CNI consumers, the Ministry of Power expanded the scope of waiver of ISTS charges and losses to all entities with RPO targets. The waiver shall be applicable to solar, wind and solar wind hybrid projects with or without storage that are commissioned by 30th June 2023. Open access consumers will be eligible for this waiver even if the procured power is not claimed towards RPO fulfillment. The waiver is unlikely to lead to a surge in interstate open access renewable power transactions, as regulatory approvals remain a major challenge. However, PSUs may look to use this waiver to meet their RPO targets. CERC issued new regulations for sharing transmission charges related to renewable power projects. Transmission charges for renewable power projects will now be socialized across all entities drawing power from ISTS network in proportion to their LTA and MTOA quantum. Further, entities injecting power into ISTS network with unutilized LTA will also bear these charges. The new method of socialization has more predictability and clarity compared to the previous method, which had attracted complaints from several states regarding unjustified levy of charges. MNRE expanded commissioning deadlines for renewable power projects by 5 months. MNRE issued yet another order to extend commissioning deadlines for renewable power projects affected by COVID-19 lockdown. Following multiple extensions, commissioning deadlines for projects allocated by SECI, NTPC and NHPC now enjoy a blanket extension of 5 months. Project developers are not required to submit any documents to claim this extension. The extension is a welcome move and will save months of regulatory hassles for developers. However, several developers still complain of lack of labor, and this 5-month extension may not prove sufficient for them to complete projects in time. Importantly, this order does not extend automatically to projects awarded under state tenders, and developers may be forced to file individual extension requests at SCRCs. MNRE directed PSUs to release partial bank guarantees to developers. Acting on Ministry of Finance's recommendation, MNRE directed SECI, NTPC and NHPC to release performance bank guarantees in proportion to the project capacity commissioned. The developers must have fulfilled all contractual obligations before they could apply for release of bank guarantees. This is yet another welcome step from MNRE and will ensure some increase in liquidity with developers. We now look at the state orders. Karnataka and Chhattisgarh have proposed some important changes in open access charges for renewable power projects. Karnataka Electricity Regulatory Commission has proposed to remove banking facility for open access projects. It has also proposed to increase levy of transmission and wheeling charges on renewable power projects from 50% to 75% of normal OA charges. Chhattisgarh Electricity Regulatory Commission has proposed to exempt open access solar projects from cross subsidy surcharge and SLDC charges. A number of renewable energy rich states have either withdrawn or are looking to withdraw incentives like net metering and banking. However, cross subsidization of tariffs for domestic and agricultural consumers at the expense of C&I consumers continues, leaving C&I consumers with limited choices for affordable power supply. Those were the key policies and orders passed in the month of August 2020. We hope you find this video informative and useful. You may share your comments and feedback at contact@bridge2india.com. You can also view these orders and other information on renewable power updated in real time at India RE Navigator. We will be back early next month with a fresh update. Thanks.